Hi everyone, it's Sarah Todd and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, since we're nearing the end of July, which is Disability Pride Month, I'm going to be talking about what disability pride means to me and really focusing on how we can have so many great experiences related to disability, but also take the time to highlight how we really live in a world that is just not built for us disabled people. And I want to do this by talking about my experience at college and how that really made me realize just how much this world is not built for us disabled people. So most of you know that I have a condition called acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM, which is caused by a virus attacking the spinal cord. I was originally paralyzed from the neck down. I couldn't move even a single toe, but now I can walk and I have partial paralysis in my arms and hands. So I can't move my left hand, my right hand is very weak, various areas of my arms are paralyzed. So I need help with everyday tasks. And as I've navigated life for the past 11 years with my disability, I have realized just how literally nothing is built for us disabled people. I encounter barriers nearly everywhere I go and in nearly every activity that I try to do. I have realized that buildings are not accessible. They may have ramps, they may have elevators, they may have other accommodations that make them accessible in some ways, but they're not always completely accessible. They might not have an accessible button on the door so that I can get inside the building. And if they don't, I can't always open the door, and then I'm just left there waiting until someone can open the door for me. I've realized that cars are not accessible. If I want to drive, I have to drive with adaptive controls that are made specifically for people who have similar access needs to me. So cars are not accessible to me. Food items aren't accessible to me. In order to open food items, I have to have my adaptive scissors that help me open them, or I have to find some other way to open the food item. Appliances aren't accessible to me. I can't always push all of the buttons on them or reach them to make them work or open the drawers on them. Beauty and makeup products aren't always accessible to me. I can't always open all of them. So there are just so many things that are not accessible to me. And it's been pretty challenging making my way through my life the past 11 years and realizing this. But since I caught on pretty quickly to the fact that the world is just not made for us disabled people, I knew that when I was heading off to college last year that I would need to submit a request for housing accommodations so that I could live on campus in my dorm room without an aide or without my mom there to help me. And thankfully, my college was very accommodating. They were incredible, honestly. I lived in a room with a private bathroom, and they redid that bathroom so that I could take a shower independently, because at home we've redone my bathroom so that I can take a shower, but anywhere else I can't take a shower independently. So they redid that bathroom and made it like my bathroom at home so that I could be independent. And they added so many other accommodations to my dorm room. And if you're curious about those, I have a video where I give a tour of my dorm room and show all of the accommodations I had, which was pretty amazing. So you can check that out. I'll link it up at the top for you all. But they added so many things to my dorm room. So they were really incredible. And I realized while living at college that because of these accommodations that I had, I was essentially not disabled while I was at college. Now, my disability is a large part of my identity. It's something that I choose to embrace, and I really honestly enjoy that part of my identity. I love my disability even. My disability is just a large part of my identity that I really choose to embrace, and I have been able to come to that point after being disabled for 11 years and having such a huge support system behind me and being fortunate enough that I have people in my life who are willing to accommodate me. And I definitely do have challenges for sure every day, but I've been able to really adjust my mindset so that I can focus on the positive aspects of my disability experience, and that has really helped me love my disability and accept my disability. So when I say that I essentially wasn't disabled at school, I don't mean in terms of my identity, because that will always be a part of me for the rest of my life. I will be disabled, but I mean in terms of the barriers that I encountered. I was not disabled by society while I was at school. And this was because my school made all of these accommodations to my dorm room for me. And I had people there for me who would help me with the few things that I needed, like occasionally helping me get dressed, occasionally helping me carry things, occasionally styling my hair, things like that. So I wasn't disabled by society while I was at school. And once I realized this, I really got to thinking, what if society was like this for everyone? What if I was not the only one who just experienced this in my dorm room at school? What if society was just built like this? Like, what if everything was just accessible? And I know it would be really difficult to make everything accessible for everyone because there are so many different kinds of disabilities and we all have different access needs, but society could definitely be more accessible than it is now. If we just worked to implement universal design, which benefits everyone, then our society would be a lot more accessible. So this experience just really made me realize, like, wow, society disables us. In terms of societal barriers, I am not disabled at school. And I thought that this was a pretty enlightening experience because while before college, I did know that society does disable us and there are numerous societal barriers, I didn't realize it as much until I went to college and lived independently because of my accommodations. Once I was thrown into this experience of living on my own and only being able to live on my own because of the barriers that were removed, that is when I really began to think about the huge impact that societal barriers have on the disability community. So tying all of this into Disability Pride Month, if you are not aware, July is Disability Pride Month, and Disability Pride Month has been celebrated for a long time, but I was not even aware that Disability Pride Month was a thing until last year, which I think is really sad. Disability history and disability in general is just not taught enough in schools or taught at all in schools. I didn't learn about anything related to disability in school at all. So I think that should really change, because then maybe more people would know about Disability Pride Month and realize where we came from. Like, I didn't know about disability history until I watched Crip Camp, and I realized just how amazing all of the people were that fought for my rights that I have today. And I'm so thankful for those people who fought for the rights I have today, and for the people who joined me in continuing the fight for the rights that we still don't have today. Disability education is so important. Recognizing Disability Pride Month is so important. We disabled people deserve to be included, and we are a huge part of society that is so underserved. And I've really enjoyed taking this time during Disability Pride Month to reflect on what my disability identity means to me and just how important it is to me, and also how society can be improved and how we can work to remove these barriers that I mentioned. Because as I said, it's so amazing that my college was so accommodating for me and removed all of those barriers for me. But just imagine if all of our society was like that, and if we worked to remove as many barriers as possible and work to be as accessible as possible. Society would be a much better place. And honestly, I'm so thankful that being disabled for the past 11 years has taught me this. I don't think that I would be as aware of how societal barriers impact us disabled people if I weren't disabled. I really don't think I would be aware of that. And I'm just so thankful that I am, because I can use this knowledge and experience that I have with societal barriers to hopefully improve the disability experience in the future and advocate for accessibility and the removal of societal barriers. So this experience that I had at college was, as I said, just really enlightening for me and really showcased the impact that the removal of societal barriers has on us disabled people. And my hope is that more people will realize this impact and work to remove these barriers. And I hope that you all will join me in that fight and advocate for accessibility and call out inaccessibility when you see it and raise awareness for universal design and accessibility, because it's so, so important. And it being Disability Pride Month, I just thought that this was a really good time to highlight this really, really important topic. I would love for you all to share with me what Disability Pride Month means to you. I think this is such a cool time for us to be talking about disability. We should be talking about disability all the time, but I love that we have this month to really do some deeper reflecting. It's really, really important that we discuss disability. Anyway, I really hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button, and remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video of mine. I post new videos every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern and sometimes Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern, so I hope to see you at the next one. Bye, everyone.